Yeah, good morning and welcome to another good edition of Sports Rendezvous on Premier FM 93.5. Yeah, it's another Saturday to talk sport, and it's always good to talk sport. And as you know, I'm always excited and happy to come on here like this to talk sport, And like George said the other time, we're in a period of sporting activity. The Commonwealth Games is going on in Glasgow, Scotland. And the Women African Cup of Nations will start tomorrow. And that's a lot of things to talk about. And we have a lot of other things lined up for you. We have boxing, we have football, we have a lot of transfer are going on in the world of football. Definitely will give you the update regarding that. I'm your host for today, Olumide Ogunbe, and I have Enes Todere with me. Enes, good morning.
Yes, good morning, sports fans. It's another beautiful Saturday morning where we talk sports from the beginning to the very end. Every activity going on in the world of sports, summary briefing here and there, activities taking place all over the world. We give you the highlights of some of the best actions. You are welcome.
Yeah, we'll give you some of the best action that is going on. So this morning we'll start from boxing because a boxing bout took place yesterday and another one is going to take place today. And the two are interconnected because British heavyweight Tyson Fury stopped Marius watch in a local bout in Thailand to keep a potential blockbuster fight with Anthony Joshua on track, where the 37-year-old dominated because the man he fought, I believe, is overmatched. He's 46 years old. Tyson Fury is 37, and the guy retired at the start of the 8th round. The guy said, "I'm not doing it again." For you to retire, not that because you are knocked out, but because maybe the punches are too much. That is a Tyson Fury. And after that match, Tyson Fury said is waiting for Anthony Joshua to do his own thing today against Prenga. And if Anthony Joshua should win, that means that a bout is looking like it's going to happen between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua.
Look, there is something somebody said some time ago. He said, look, all these boxers who go into the ring to fight, many of them are just going there for fame and for the money. That's why will you give up when you are fighting and say you are no longer fighting again? It just goes to show that, well, thank God, it's better to give up like that than for you to go the whole hog and somebody knocks you down, or at the end of the day, the person ends up dying. So it's some of the things that we always see when we talk about boxing and activities going on around boxing all over the world. So it just goes to show that Tyson Fury is prepared to face Anthony Joshua because the fight has been on the cards for a very long time. These two fighters who will be better, talking about the fact that when they meet in the ring and then they come face to face with each other. I strongly believe that one of the best things that will happen in boxing is this particular fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Apart from these two guys, maybe perhaps it is because of the media hype. These two guys are the leading lights in boxing. Unfortunately, they don't hold the world belts as it is today.
Yeah, both of them are not having any belts between them. But after the match yesterday, the media asked Tyson Fury, "Well, are you going to watch Anthony Joshua in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia?" He said, "No, I'm going home. I've not been home for the past 7 months. I've not been home in 6 out of it. So I'm going home to face my wife. I'm going to do some ironing. I'm going to relax and wait for Anthony Joshua." I said, "I went through my test tonight. I've passed. Let's see if he can get through it." And that is it. Anthony Joshua will be facing Christian Prenga in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia later tonight. And Joshua is a 2-time world champion and an Olympic gold medalist. And if you quickly go through the stats of both fighters, Joshua is 36 years old while Prenga is 35 with a record of Joshua record stands at 29 wins, 4 losses, while Prenga is 20 wins, 1 loss. While out of that 29 wins for Joshua, there is 26 knockouts. And for Prenga, all his wins are all knockouts, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And Anthony Joshua height is 6 feet 6 inches, while Prenga is 6 feet 5 inches. While his reach is 82, Prenga is 77. And I believe Joshua have a little bit of edge over Prenga because Joshua have boxed 173 rounds, while Prenga had only 53. In all these statistics, a little bit seems that Joshua will carry the day.
Yes, yes. From what you have said, the range and the height and everything, the reach, and of course, the number of fights they've had. I think Joshua is having the upper hand there. It is something I believe he has the capacity to overcome his opponent, and then go the whole hog to face Tyson Fury. And let us look at it from another perspective. I don't know if, though he has not had any competitive fight ever since the accident that took place some time ago in Nigeria. I believe that this fight will make us know how prepared he is mentally, psychologically, emotionally, as it were. Because if somebody comes out from an accident of that nature, I would have expected the person to, hold on for a very long time before really. But of course, if physiotherapists and every other doctor, medical personnel around him would have made us know whether he's good enough to go ahead boxing this time around, judging by what's happened the other time and the shock and all that. Then I strongly believe that if these things have been done, he's good to go. Let's see what happens today. I don't think his opponent Prenga will be someone that will be able to stop him from actualizing.
Well, one of the things that Joshua has over Prenga is that Prenga has not faced an opponent close to this level, because all of his fight has been, though he's an heavyweight fighter, but he's not a contender for any world belt. He has been facing, what I would call small fries. But the question today is, could Prenga spoil the party and pull off a huge shock to go down in boxing history by stopping the man who got in the way of Joshua Fury happening?
Yes, you see, the age difference, just 36, 35, and the fact that they are almost of the same height just goes to show that they could be equally matched. But of course, other features of the boxers just go to show that Anthony Joshua will have an edge. But I don't think those things will count when they go into the ring, too, because he's one that is very much determined, that always carries the day.
Okay, let's hope that the one that is determined is Anthony Joshua, because I would love to see the Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua bout in the nearest future. So let's leave boxing and go to basketball. And LeBron James has announced he will be joining the Philadelphia 76ers next season for what he says will be his final contract in the NBA. The 41-year-old, the highest point scorer in the history of the league, left the Los Angeles Lakers after 8 years last month. The Cleveland Cavaliers, Golden State Warriors, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Miami Heat were also rumored to be in the running for the four-time NBA champion. But LeBron says he believes he can make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team, and he said he's so excited to energize a new fan base and start his incredible journey one last time. Now, LeBron James is 41 years old. He just signed a contract with the Philadelphia 76ers for a 1 year with possibly an extension for another one. Do you think we are seeing the Philadelphia 76ers winning the NBA Cup next year?
There's something you just said just now that struck my mind. 41 years old. That's good. That, most times these athletes, they find it very difficult to go beyond the age of 40 when it comes to being active. It just goes to show that this particular LeBron is doing everything possible to ensure that he stays fit and continue to do what he likes doing. The big stars will always carry the day, no doubt. In America, all these things, there are things that we know. These big stars, they come out, they show themselves, and of course, they always carry the day. It's not something that will be difficult for him to actualize. He's someone that he has been in the arena for a very long time, and let's see how it goes.
Well, LeBron James is, I would say, right now is the GOAT of basketball players, because he has won the most valuable player 4 times between 2009 and 2013, and he has been on the NBA All-Star for the last 22 seasons. At the end of the season, putting all the best players together to form a team, he has always been the team. So it's a big thing. LeBron James is very, very big. He's the GOAT.
The goldfish has no hiding place.
Yes, I can say his GOAT is better than Messi.
Don't bring that in there. Don't bring that in there.
Well, let's talk about Commonwealth Games. I know where Nigeria is doing very well right now, and Team Nigeria produced one of the most dominant opening day performances of any nation at the Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games on Friday, headlined by team captain Folashade Oluwafemi, world record breaking in gold in the women's heavyweight powerlifting event, as the country sat second on the medal table behind Australia after the first day of the competition. Well, all the gold medals and the silver medals that Nigeria won yesterday, they were all powerlifting.
Yes.
Do you think the powerlifting side of Nigeria has been winning medals, winning laurels? Do you think? I don't know. Don't let me say it. Well, I think these guys are doing wonderfully well for Nigeria, and I hope that the others, because Nigeria is participating in 10 games across these
athletic meets.
Yes, we have like over 74. 74 nations is competing in this Commonwealth with around 3,000 athletes for 215 gold medals.
Yeah, you see, Nigeria is. I am happy that we are doing very well, judging by the fact that we are already on the table on the log, so to say. I want to believe that these athletes, talking about the power lifters, that they shown like the dazzling stars yesterday, just goes to show that Nigeria has what it takes to dominate in power lifting and para competitions, as it were. Let them keep pushing. When the competition begins proper, I want to believe that the able-bodied guys will be able to do something well in that direction. We were discussing something a while ago before we came on air. If only we had football in these Commonwealth Games, Nigeria would have also qualified. At least it would have quickly erased the memories of the World Cup,
qualifying for the World Cup.
But maybe in future they will consider football as well, just as well.
I believe football might be out of the Commonwealth because even this particular Commonwealth was streamlined because of paucity of funds. You know, it's supposed to be more than 10 sporting events, but to stage a Commonwealth Games with like 24 games, 24 different sporting events, so they have to streamline it to 10. So it's because of fun, you know. And football is one game that
takes a lot of
cash intensive. So
I don't want to accept that, because football commands viewership, and viewership alone can foot whatever. I didn't even know.
Let's hope that the organizer will look into that, to look at that side, that by incorporating football, there is a way for them to generate funds.
Absolutely,
through sponsorship and
look, when this World Cup, I didn't even know that this thing had come. We were watching the World Cup. Nobody was even giving attention to the preparations towards the Commonwealth Games. You know, so that's what I'm trying to say. Football commands a lot of viewership and followership. You get funds to go.
Well, some of the stars that won for Nigeria, that won't go for Nigeria, is one of them is 24-year-old Esther Nwogu, and she delivered the country's first gold medal of the Games in the women's lightweight category, setting a Games record twice inside 10 minutes before completing the title with a winning lift of 123 kg for 119 points. Nwogu is a silver medalist at the 2024 Paris Paralympic Games and finished ahead of compatriot Esther Oyema, who claimed silver with 115.5 points, while England's Olivia Broom took bronze with 106.6 points. And in the men's lightweight category, 50-year-old veteran Roland Ezuruike delivered Nigeria's first medal of the game, claiming silver with 153.9 points after narrowly missing gold on a failed final lift, a result that saw England's Mark Swan take the title on a tie break despite both athletes finishing on identical points. Malaysia Boni Bonja Gustin settled for bronze, and Nigeria opening day was not confirmed to powerlifting. The country made history in 3x3 basketball, recording its first ever victory in the discipline at the Commonwealth Games with a 21-17 win over Cayman Islands in the Poole opener, reaching the winning mark with 1 minute and 36 seconds still on the clock. Nigeria Sports Commission Director General Bukola Olapade joined players and officials in celebrating the win pitch side. And there's another thing that is happening in Glasgow there. Immediately, these athletes powerlifting won the gold medals. They were gifted with cash rewards, and also some amounts were transferred to their bank account. You know,
it's just a kind of motivation. You see, when you have competitions like this going on, they give them incentives and all that.
Well, Ronald Zurike, who claimed the silver in the men's lightweight powerlifting event, received a total reward of $5,000, comprising $2,000 instant cash bonus from the National Sports Commission and a further $3,000 paid directly into his account. Also, gold medalist Esther Nwogu was rewarded with $10,000. You know, she won gold.
Yeah.
5,000 cash, 5,000 to her account. While fellow silver medalist Esther Oyema also received a total reward of 5,000, 2,000 cash, $3,000. Imagine.
Bros, you don't let me go do weightlifting. Never late now.
Weightlifting.
Go do your weightlifting.
Don't worry, I'm going to play football.
Because
I want
you
to
get all the
play. I want to play football. I want to
Football?
I want
At
to
this
be,
age?
I want to be like Messi and Ronaldo.
No, it can't be like, it's too late. Your bones are
you're
very
not
strong.
telling me
Your
to go
bones
and
are,
lift
no,
weight.
weightlifting now is power. It's not. It's power.
I don't have that
Football
power
is not
now.
power.
I don't have that power now. But I have the power to speak, and I'll
Yes.
continue to do this one that I know how to do
Actually.
very well. Well, it's still Sports Rendezvous. Let's go for a quick break, and we'll be back. Well, thank you for being there. It's Sport Rendezvous on Premier FM 93.5. A little bit of another story on Commonwealth before we move to football stories. Nigerians men 3x3 basketball team endured a mixed opening day at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, recording 1 victory and 2 defeats to leave their semi-final hopes hanging in the balance. The Nigerians began their campaign in impressive fashion with a 21-17 victory over Keme Islands, showcasing their attacking quality to secure an important opening win. However, they were unable to build on that momentum in their second outing, suffering a 21-15 defeat to Australia despite a spirited performance. And the final game of the day also ended in disappointment as they fell 21-10 to New Zealand, leaving them with just 1 win and 2 losses after 3 matches. And the result means Nigeria must now deliver strong performances against Guyana and host country Scotland on July 26 to keep alive their hopes of advancing to the semi-finals of the men's 3x3 basketball competition. This is why we are celebrating gold medal won by the para-powerlifting. We are looking at the Nigerian 3x3 men's basketball team on the verge of crashing out.
You see, basketball is something that you need to keep practicing all the time. I don't know why Nigerians don't do well in basketball. You have a lot of so many schools in Nigeria. A lot of schools are participating in inter-sport competitions, organizing inter-sport competitions. You have a lot of competitions that Nigerian athletes, young stars, are actually participating and then bring laurels to the country. But unfortunately, we are not harnessing these opportunities that we have. It's just so unfortunate that you go to competitions like this, you don't participate very well. Nigeria does not bring medals home. It's unfortunate. But I want to believe that they will try and bounce back. Just as you said, the para-powerlifters and those other guys in that category, they are doing very well for Nigeria. Let's just keep hope alive and believe things properly will be done.
Yes, we will keep the hope alive and hopes that the 3x3 men's basketball team will win their next 2 matches and qualify for the semi-final. And let's go to football. Football, another one is starting tomorrow.
Yes.
And I believe it's coming home again.
Well, I strongly believe so.
Yes, it's coming on again. Because our female folks have always been doing us proud. Not like the male folks, the male side of the divide, They disappointed us by not qualifying for the World Cup.
They couldn't even win the Nations Cup from silver to bronze.
But Nigeria Super Falcons will begin their campaign at the 2026 Women African Cup of Nations. We have come against Malawi on Sunday. On Tuesday, as Morocco as they seek a record extending 11th continental title. The tournament, originally scheduled for March, will run from July 26 to August 16, with 16 teams competing for Africa's women's football title. And Nigeria, the defending champion and the Africa highest ranked women's national team, are drawn in Group C alongside Zambia, Egypt, and Malawi. Now, let's look at this group: Zambia, Egypt, and Malawi. Do you think we are going to have any issues with any of these teams?
Zambia, tough opponent. The Zambians, they got to, I think there was a time they qualified for the World Cup.
Like you said, Zambians, they are probably going to be a tough opponent because Women Footballer of the Year, Barbara Banda, and their striker, Kunda Nanji, is leading the attack.
Absolutely. They are good. There was a time they were one of the very few countries that qualified for the Olympics, talking about from Africa. So it gets, countries that qualified from Africa, they are made up of about 3 or 4 countries. For Zambia to have qualified then, it just goes to show that female football is on the rise in Zambia. So Nigeria will have a tough opponent in the Zambians, but I believe that we will definitely overcome them.
What about our game against Egypt? The first, we are playing Malawi first on Tuesday. That is 9 p.m. Nigerian time.
That will be easy come, easy go for Nigeria. Talking about Malawi, there's no doubt about that. But the match against Egypt could be a bit tricky, no doubt. But the one against the Zambians, we have to prepare very well against the Copa.
When Nigeria defeated Zambia 5-0 in the quarterfinals of the previous edition.
That was then.
That was then.
Yes.
So something could have changed now.
So definitely.
Well, Egypt is returning to the competition. They missed out in the last one. And do you think by not playing the last one, they are going to have any stumbling block to the Super Falcons?
They will not. They will just come and learn how to play football on that day.
Oh.
The Zambians. Sorry, the Egyptians.
The Egyptians. They will come and learn how to play football.
Yes.
Oh, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. And let me also tell you, the tournament will serve as part of the qualification process for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup in Brazil. The first semi-finalist will qualify for the World Cup 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup in Brazil. Let's quickly talk about this one before we move overseas for transfer gist and who is going where, who is taking up a job, who is refusing to take up a job. Well, the Court of Arbitration for Sports CAS has fixed October 8, 2026 as the hearing date for the appeal over the disputed outcome of the 2025 African Cup of Nations AFCON final. The hearing will take place in Lausanne, Switzerland, involving the Senegalese Football Federation, the Confederation of African Football, and the Royal Moroccan Football Federation. The appeal stems from CAF's decision to award Morocco a 3-0 victory by forfeit in the AFCON 2025 final after ruling that Senegal had forfeited the match. Senegal is seeking to have that decision overturned and is asking CAF to recognize the Teranga Lions as the rightful champion of the tournament. According to CAF, the proceeding will be conducted behind closed doors, with no final decision expected to be announced on the day of the hearing. And the Sport Arbitration Body also cautioned the public against relying on unverified reports circulating online, emphasizing that only information released through its official communication channels should be regarded as authentic. Now, some couple of weeks ago, there was this news that was circulating that CAF has awarded the cup to Senegal again, that they are the rightful winner. But now they are coming out that there is going to be an hearing of this thing on October 8th. They fixed the date, October 8th, for the hearing, and that the decision will not be taken on that October 8th, that they are just coming for a hearing.
You see, what they want to do, I don't know. I'm happy that Senegal actually petitioned. There is nothing like what they did was bad. What CAF did was bad. If the referee had blown off that match after 15 minutes and Senegal did not return, then what they are doing, like awarding the cup to Morocco, would have been okay. There wouldn't have been any problem with that. But the referee waited, the match continued, Senegal won. So what are you saying? I mean, it's as far as I'm concerned, it is dead on arrival. The CAF should just forget about that. I believe CAF will be able to rule appropriately and award that cup to Senegal. Senegal won on the field of play. All these boardroom politics, they are not good for football. And I don't think it is proper for us to encourage things like that. Where is it head of? People, you see, a lot of shenanigans now, according to my DJ that is sitting very close to us there, go on in football regularly. So we have things like that coming up all the time. You cannot say because the referee has done badly, at the end of the day, you now upturn the results that was gotten from that particular encounter. I don't think it is proper. Yeah, the CAF should have a rethink. If they start this, it will be a precedent and it will not be good for football.
Well, before, there are two things I want to let you clarify. Now, you said they shouldn't overturn what has happened on the field of play.
Yes.
Despite the fact that the referee made a bad call. Then what should happen to the referee that is making the bad call.
CAF should have a way of ensuring that discipline is meted out to officials who do things wrongly on the field. I mean, if the Referees Association of Africa can come together, they should be able to find a solution to this problem. Why would the referee misbehave? But most times when referees, I always say this, people keep complaining that referees always make bad calls. They are humans as well. And that's why we have VAR everywhere, trying to ensure that things are streamlined, that we get the perfect result of what actually happened in the course of a particular match. But the referee also have known the right thing to do. But he is saying that because a particular player was still urging his teammates to come on board, to come to the field, there was nothing he could have done. Sadio Mane was still telling his teammates to come on board, that they should come and continue the match. So, I mean, perhaps that was why he didn't blow off the match after 15 minutes. But at the end of the day, the match continued. Senegal won. So what are the referees saying? What is CAF saying?
But now let's look at this. The just concluded World Cup. We see some of those decisions. Some decisions were made that were off field, and at the end of the day, it created some kind of acrimony between nations. A point. Let me use this case as a case study. Fulani Balogun giving red card.
Yes.
But after probably allegedly Donald Trump, the president of the United States, made a call to Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president.
Yes.
And the red card was suspended for 1 year, and he was allowed to play.
Why was Messi not given a red card against Algeria? So why will Fulani suffer such fate? When
But you are wait, NS, you are advocating for whatever happened on the field of play should stay, should be sacrosanct. Not that after. No,
okay, I'm listening.
Messi was not given.
I'm listening.
Fine. Do you expect that, okay, after the match, then they should now give him the record retrospectively?
No, that was, I'm talking about a match.
In that match, the ref did not do the right thing.
Are you talking about Senegal or Fulani?
I'm talking about Messi's zone against Algeria.
Okay.
The ref did not do the right thing.
Good.
In the case of Fulani, the ref did the right thing. But at the end of the day, off-field decision made it possible for Fulani to play again.
Why will you open your door for maggots to come in or rats to come in, and you now start saying you now close the door for it? Of course, you want to close the door against others. Somebody will use that as a loophole against you. Why will you allow Messi to go scot-free and you're not penalizing? Of course, you know Trump does not keep quiet. He will shout. You know the kind of person he is. Why will you not penalize Messi and others that did it? You now penalize Balogun.
That is what this is bringing me back to what I said. What do you think FIFA or the football body can do about referees that are making bad calls on the field of play?
Brother, that's all the matches during the World Cup were high tension. They were highly tensed up. So referees are humans. I told you that was why football organizers all over the world, they came together to start this VAR. It's not easy to be a referee. It's not easy.
But that doesn't. Some decisions are so weighty that by making that decision, you change the course of the game.
Like I was telling.
And those decisions are wrong. Now I've not.
That is why VAR should be there.
I've not really seen referee being punished for making wrong decisions.
Because they are humans. It's not easy. It's not easy. I told you, if you go and watch that Spain-Argentina match, 21 calls against Spain. They were not, the referee overlooked them. Even there was one so glaring at the edge of the 10-yard box, that penalty act. Messi was brought down. So you see, people talk about refereeing. I don't really blame them actually, because okay, why did they introduce VAR? Was it because of the World Cup? VAR started long ago. Even in African Nations Cup, they used the VAR. The referees are humans. They cannot just be able to see everything. What we are trying to say is that okay, if referees were so superb, if they are so superb, why did football organizations introduce VAR? I want to know. That is it. These guys are humans.
VAR is virtual assistant.
Okay, it
so
helps.
to help the referee.
Yes, because they are humans. You see, you know it is to make calls immediately. People are running around. Somebody is hacked down. It's not easy.
Well, that you see, there is this thing. It is their job. If you are not good at your job, then you should stay away.
Come and sit down and talk to us here. That's all.
It's like a footballer.
Yes.
With like we spectators, the fans blaming a striker missing a goal, and we are like, oh, and somebody is now saying that if it is easy, go and play. No, I'm not a footballer. He is a footballer. He's been paid to play football. You shouldn't miss easy goals. That's what the same thing applies to referee. You are a referee. You shouldn't be making bad calls on the field of play.
Now, when heads of football bodies all over the world decided to bring VAR, why did they do it?
It's still the same thing because there are people there at the back end. It's not the computer that is watching the VAR.
Yes.
We have
more than one referee. It means more than one referee.
We have VAR referee that are making these calls too.
And they've made good decisions.
But do you know that the ultimate decision lies with the referee?
Then let morals judge him.
Okay, let's the issue of CAS and their decision. Let's wait for CAS decision on this issue of Senegal versus
when Nigeria played South Africa in Cote d'Ivoire semi-final, Osimhen scored a beautiful goal, but there was an earlier penalty kick against Nigeria. The VAR saw it, they went back, and that was how South Africa equalized against Nigeria. If they had not seen, Nigeria would have won that match 2-0. Did Argentina play in that African Cup of Nations? Did Messi play the African Cup of Nations?
But they played Copa America. Let's leave CAS for their decision. I know October 8th, after the hearing, I know very soon, Senegal will probably celebrate being the 2025 African champion. And I talked about the other time about somebody taking up a job and somebody refusing. But this man, a particular man, has taken up a job as the German head coach, that is Jurgen Klopp, and he started his reign by threatening to quit if the media invade his family privacy. And the former Liverpool manager, who was appointed on a 4-year deal on Friday to replace Julian Nagelsmann, who resigned this month after Germany's shock World Cup defeat by Paraguay in the last 32. But the 59-year-old has issued a warning to the media as he held his first news conference as Germany's head coach. And he said, if you behave badly and don't leave my family in peace, then I will be gone. I will just turn away. And he said, I know there are other countries where national team coaches are treated even worse. He said, I'm not doing this job for myself. I'm doing it for you. I'm taking this job even though I've seen how you've treated Julian Nagelsmann and Thomas Tuchel. You know, we all know what happened to Thomas Tuchel after the exit of England against Argentina. You know that he made a bad call. He was too defensive and the likes. You know, his media outlook was very negative then for Thomas Tuchel, and he said, if you media should talk about poke nose into my family, I will just leave. I will not stay because I'm doing it for you. I'm not doing it for myself.
A good one there. I mean, but if you are in the eye of the public, there's no way they will not talk about you. So your family should just behave.
Well, it's expected that if you are talking about him, talk about him, talk about his work rate, not even work rate, what he's doing with the German national team, not talk about his wife or his children.
But you are a public figure, all right? But if your family members don't do the right things and they go against the law, why would they not talk about them?
That's another case entirely.
Okay, good.
I believe what he's trying to say is that
gossips, right?
Yes, gossips and the likes, and in Windows, if maybe Germany failed to qualify for the World Cup, and instead of talking about him as a coach, about what he has done,
it shouldn't be done. Of course, they
shouldn't be talking about his family. It should be centered on him as a coach and about his work for the German national team.
When he was in Liverpool, did they disturb his family?
But Liverpool as a team coach, a club coach is quite different from national coach.
Absolutely. Well, he's right there. Leave his family out of it, and then let's face Germany. But it's unfortunately, I had expected that Jurgen Klopp would have been the one to take the German national team to the World Cup. But I don't know how the whole thing just panned out anyway. But
when he retired in 2024 from Liverpool, he said he ran out of energy. And they have to go and recharge.
But no problem.
He needs to get.
But it's unfortunate that the Germans in 2002 they didn't go beyond the group stage. This time around,
as the defending champion.
It's so unfortunate.
Well, Jurgen Klinsmann will take charge in his first match against Netherlands in Nations League group stage match on the 24th of September. I believe he has his work cut out for him because Netherlands, they are not a pushover in Europe. And as Jurgen Klinsmann is taking over a job, one man is running away from a job that was offered to him, and that is
Jurgen Klopp. Yes, you're talking about the.
Well, Pep Guardiola has turned down
much.
the chance to coach the Italian national week, and earlier this week, Italian Football Federation President Giovanni Malago said talks had been held with Guardiola, who left Manchester City this summer after 10 years, and that exceptions could have been made for his salary. They are ready to pay him high wages, but the man said, no. I'm not coaching Italy.
It is good to go and recharge, just as you said about Jurgen Klopp.
This one is not about recharging.
I know, but just leaving Man City, and I mean, I believe that somebody should go and look at Zidane. Zidane has been rested for a very long time. These coaches, they should just go and come, not all the time being there and all that. He will run out of ideas, and he almost ran out of ideas. If not that he had this saving grace. Anyway, Pep Guardiola is a good coach.
But do you think by not taking up this job, is like he doesn't want the stain of the Italian Italian national team to stain him because they have not qualified for the past 2 World Cups like Nigeria?
It will not. He is used to things like this. I mean, he's always been at the top there, so it is not going to affect him in any way. He will just go there, do his best, and of course, I know he knows how to do things.
Well, he's not even accepting the job.
He's not accepting.
He's not doing.
Maybe it's like the Italians. They are very, very vociferous when it comes to antics, football, fans, and all that. Especially with the English national team as well. These 2 countries, they know how to destroy the careers of coaches and all that.
The Italian Federation, they even told Guardiola that apart from the huge salary, they said he could shape the job as he saw fit. Invite anybody, use any style, they are going to disturb him. All he needs to do is just to reshape the Italian national team to be a world beater. But the man said he wants to take a break, spend time with the family, the wife, and travel.
Yes, I think there was a time it was rumored that his wife left him, or it was about divorcing him and so on. There was a time something like that happened. So at times it's good for you to go and recharge, stay with your family, relax, be with everybody, and then I think it's good to relax once in a while.
Well, it's expected that the playmaker Andrea Pirlo, currently the head coach of a Dubai-based United FC, is going to be the front runner to be tasked with navigating Italy through a Nations League group. And do you know who are in the Nations League group with Italy? They have France, they have Belgium, and Turkey.
Wow, these 3 countries still very
that
good.
is one of the things. That's the reason why Guardiola have to run away.
No.
Facing France is not a joke. It's not a small work.
The French team you saw at the World Cup, they will not have that bite when it comes to this Nations League.
But it's going to be the same player. They are going to parade the same player. Why are they not going to?
Don't forget, the coach has retired. The coach has left. A new man is on board. So these things will actually have effects. Italy will want to come all out to ensure that they do well, but France, Turkey, they might just be relaxed.
And Belgium,
they will just.
I'm talking about Belgium. Belgium too just signed a new coach, and that is Mark van Bommel, who is the new coach of the Belgian national team. The Royal Belgian Football Association, they announced it yesterday. The 49-year-old Dutch international succeed Frenchman Rudi Garcia, who stepped down having guided the Red Devils to the World Cup quarter-final. He signed a contract that will see him lead Belgium national team through UEFA Euro 2028 as well as the World Cup.
Good one.
Next 4 years.
You see, the best matches we saw were the matches that started from the quarter-final stage of this World Cup, especially the one between Mexico and England, or Mexico, according to my sister.
That is the correct pronunciation.
So you see, but you don't expect that 48 countries will come to compete for just one cup and they all believe they will win. It's not done.
We all know, going to the World Cup, we all know at the back of our mind that only one country can win.
So why would they want to kill their coaches for not doing well?
Well, it depends on how that coaches were able to execute the strategy and tactics going forward. Like Thomas Tuchel now, I expect him to have been sacked by now.
Why would they sack him?
he, as far as I'm concerned, he is not a good coach.
No.
He doesn't have what it takes to really
You know
lead
what
that English team full of talent to glory.
He said if he had not done what he did, Argentina would have scored up to 5 goals. He said the defense needed help.
And by removing the only man that is holding up the midfield, Declan Rice.
The World Cup is over.
Well, as we spectators, as we are watching it, we might not know what is actually going on. Well, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Spain is the world champion. England, we have to reset and go back to the drawing
It's
board
never homecoming.
for football to come home.
60 years. It's not way to come home.
Football is very old. He's an old man, so definitely I hope that one day football will come home to England. But for now, football is very stubborn. He said it's not coming home.
It has to come home.
And it's on this note we say bye-bye on today's edition of Sport Rendezvous on Premier FM 93.5. I'm your host, Olumide Ogunbi, and I did this with Ernest Odere, the Gentle Giant. And together we say, do have a lovely weekend.
Bye for now.